All right, I do got another piece of breaking news to report for my personal sake as far as my outside life is concerned. This whole seemingly life changing move that I thought was permanent and turns out it wasn't. Well, that being said, it seems like this is going to be the last week of I mean, who knows? I've been told this is going to be the last week that my two relatives are going to be living here. And I did say in one of my videos, I think last week or the week before, that they were going to be here for a while, because that's when I made it clear that it wasn't really what I thought was a life-changing move. And I'm talking about, this life-changing move as in it's going to be permanent until, I mean, I didn't know how long. I assumed it was going to be, months, right? Who knows? I thought it was going to be like for good, in that sense, that it was going to last for months, possibly a year. But nope, that was not the case, right? That was not going to be the case. This is going to be the last week, and I wish I could have done more with one of my cousin. Yes, we did one hike so far. We've done plenty of walks, the first few weeks, but all of that's I haven't done any lately with him. He's been really busy with his school, and I get all of that. But right now, they're still in discussions. Him and my mom, as far as you know, I mean, whether he's gonna stay here or he's gonna join my other relative to live with one of my other relatives. You know, it's just right now. It's just it's still in the works. So we'll have to see and we'll have to find out. But from what I've been told, I thought both of them was gonna be gone from here, to the point where it's back to reality again. And you know, to me, this just sounds like, I mean, it's, I feel disappointed. And I feel ashamed, because I thought myself this was going to be a life-changing move. It was, I was pretty excited about it, right? And I thought, man, I'm going to get plenty of help here, for good, right? And it turns out, it wasn't going to be like this. And, it's good that, like I said, my relative, my cousin, has just been accustomed to, some of the home routines, and I'm glad that he's helping out a lot, and that's relieving me, helping me, to really relieve me somewhat from some of my duties. But it's just right now, who knows what's going to happen by this weekend. We'll have to find out, right at the start of November. So I don't have to wait, but it sounds like, from what I've been told, it's going to be right back to reality, and I would hate for that to happen again, you know? I mean, I got to be the main guy again, as far as like, having to constantly be aware of my surroundings in the house, and just, helping out whatever my family needs help with. And I know with the whole babysitting thing, it's gonna be like that again, to the point where now my outdoor freedom is gonna be much, much, much more limited, just like it was, since starting in mid-June, right? And that being said, I know that my bird season tournament is currently going on, right? And I know that I think games 7 and 8 are going to be sometime in November. I just don't know exact. I know this week, game 4 and 5 are going to be, well, Eastgate's tomorrow after I get off, and Thursday is going to be game 5 in Heritage Park, and then game 6 back in Heritage Park, first week in November. That's the start of when daylight savings time is already ended. And then game 7, for the most part, that's going to be Wednesday the 5th, I think. Yeah. And then I think Wednesday and Thursday are going to be game 7 and 8. And just depending on what the situation, unfolds as far as like what is in the works with the situation with my relatives, then I will find out if I'm still going to be playing in Eastgate Park, because I know that's going to have to be done after work. I'm not taking any more risks on my lunch break. It's I already experimented that, and yeah, it's a pretty far drive if you ask me. So I'm not going to take my chances again doing so on my lunch break going forward, even for the upcoming regular season, assuming that I'm still going to be in my dump and then. But yeah, it's it's basically a half an hour drive, and yeah, it's better I do it after work. But this is the chosen series. But here's the thing, if I can't do Eastgate Park, then I'm gonna be doing. There's an alternative park that I'm gonna pick, and I chose Evergreen Park, which is, it's just miles, nearer to Coffee Bean than Eastgate Park is, and Evergreen Park is just right off in Cypress. It's just not that far of a drive. It's only gonna be 10 minutes. So I played there before. I played there in 2023 for the fall season, you know, the fall special, but I haven't played there since. So that can be the alternative. I don't know if it has a 3 point line now, but we'll have to see, right? My other option is actually John Beat Park, but I think for for the meantime, I think I'm gonna. I mean, we'll see, but I got those are the two options so far, in case I can't do Eastgate on games 7 and 8. So I'm gonna work that out, just in case, depending on what the situation is with my relatives here. But overall, I just feel like, man, I really don't want to go back to that anymore. And I thought for a second it's gonna be a life-changing move, but it turns out that it's not, and I'm gonna have to live with this change again, of going back to this reality I've been dealing with for practically all summer long. Oh man, but I mean, I'm looking forward to see what's gonna be happening, because I know Christmas season is pretty much, it's gonna kick in with the start of November, right? Days are gonna get much shorter once I get home. It's gonna be already be dark, you know. So we'll just have to see what happens, and I'll be waiting to hear, most likely tomorrow, what the plans are gonna be, based on the discussions of my mom and my cousin. So we'll find out. But I'm gonna leave it at that. So I thought I'd break this news, and thinking that it's gonna be back to reality for real again, and just when I thought it was a life changing move. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna find out what happens. I cross my fingers that at least it's not gonna go back to that. So if that's the case, then too bad. All right, peace.